Hi guys, welcome back to the Shannon Show. Hello if you're new. So today's video is going to be a get ready with me. I hope everybody is doing as well as can be, and I really do hope everybody is being as proactive as possible in supporting the Black Lives Matter movement. And if you're still on the lookout for some resources, I'll link some in the description. Feel free to comment down below your thoughts on my get ready with me. I'm always up for a chat, I'm always up for a debate, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you didn't, give it a dislike, no hard feelings. And if you really like this video, consider subscribing and helping you get out. So this is my first get ready with me. This is actually a video request by one of my Patreons. So if you want to send me any video requests, you can do so on there. My patrons also benefited from getting to watch this a month early. So if you're interested in all those benefits, check out my Patreon. So the theme of this video is me practicing for those Vogue tutorial videos that they have on YouTube. I love them, and I just know I'm going to be on Vogue one day. Speaking it into existence, manifesting, I'm going to be there eventually. Disclaimer, if you came here looking for a razzle dazzle makeup look, this might not be the video for you. I am a beginner. My makeup is basic. I know my makeup is basic. I've accepted that. But if you want to kiki, have some fun, admire my beauty, then stay. You're more than welcome to. When I get on Vogue, maybe my makeup will be better. Maybe it won't. But the overall look that I'm going with is just out of lockdown realness. As I'm filming this right now, it is April the 13th, so England has just got out of its first phase of lockdown, so we're allowed outside now. We're allowed at outside restaurants, that type of business. Who knows, by the time this goes up on YouTube, we'll either be still in this state or maybe back in lockdown, who knows. So the aesthetic that I'm going for is kind of basic brown look, brown skin, girl, brown eyeshadow, brown lips, brown bronzer. That's the look that I'm going with. So let's get into it. So the first thing that you're meant to do is get your face ready with primer, moisturizer. The professionals say you should use both. I don't have any primer, I've ran out, and I just don't really have an incentive to get another one. So we're not using primer today. We're just gonna go with moisturizer, which I've already done. I put some coconut oil on my face. I've also heard you're not supposed to do that, but again, I don't care. It's what we're doing. Our base is going to be L'Oreal True Match. My color is 9W. This is my favorite drugstore foundation. It's one of the only drugstore brands that has my exact shade, like perfect fit. When it says True Match, it ain't lying, girl. It's also fabulous that we've gotten to this point where L'Oreal is now doing a range of colors, because when I was in my teenage years, 16, 15, the prime makeup years, they were only doing like 2 colors for the brown skin girls. It was very cheeky. Didn't get an apology on nothing, girls, did we? Because it was really ridiculous. It was very rad. Other than the color, I also like that it's lightweight. It's very natural feeling. It doesn't feel like paint on your face. When I was 16, 15, MAC was my go-to because they were the only ones who did my color. But MAC Studio Fix, the girl is too thick. Too thick for my liking. So I definitely like the lighter foundation look now. I'm definitely not a fan of the caked up look anymore. I'm definitely over the teenage cake years, and it's actually ridiculous looking back because I really didn't need to cake on as much foundation as I did, because despite my horrible diet, my skin was actually perfect. So I'm applying it with a sponge. I've heard so many different narratives. You should use your fingers, you should use a brush. I've used all of these methods, but the sponge just works for me. So I'm gonna go wet my sponge. This is definitely going to be a very interesting experience because I haven't worn foundation in like a full-on year. Like now, I just don't wear foundation. I'm a concealer girl. But I'm going to do it for you guys today. How I apply my foundation is I just put it straight on my face. I feel like it's less wasteful that way. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So we just put a little bit on the forehead. Here. 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 Yeah, I think that's all I need. Just a little bit. The less the better. When I do my dance, money fight. That song is in my head. Ugh. So for those of you wondering, yes, I am excited to be easing out of lockdown. I've been craving a restaurant. A nice sit-down restaurant experience. Nothing like it. But with this London weather, it's always like the sun is out, but it's still cold. So it's kind of like I don't want to eat outside with my jacket on. You know what I mean? But it is gonna be getting warmer, I think. I don't know. I keep hearing mixed messages. It's gonna be warm or it's gonna snow. It's one of the two. But I would prefer it to be warmer outside before I start getting my outside on. But it could be a good way for me to check out some rooftop bars, because have I been to one? I haven't. No, I always end up not going. I've been to one like high in the air, so I've been to the Sky Garden, but I actually haven't been on to rooftop garden. Seems a bit silly that I haven't been to one as an adult in London. So maybe this could be the time, because you know, if we remain like this, then it's till June, innit? So this could definitely be the time to get my rooftop on. But then it's kind of like looks like now, like I don't know what it is. I feel like now, like I have to have my outfit ready for like every single occasion. Like I just can't go in anything. I feel like everything has to be an event now. So it's just like, does my outfit match the aesthetic as the restaurant? I know it's not just me who thinks this way. But yeah, I feel like my clothes have to match the restaurant vibe. I feel like every now and again I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna go like really hard on my Instagram, have like loads of aesthetic pictures, and then I just like can't be asked. But these influencers are living good, baby girl. I'm jealous. But I feel like it's easier to gain a following on TikTok. That's what I've been on lately. That's pretty much my favorite app now, TikTok. Instagram, like the algorithm is just fucking shit, and they're so stubborn, they don't want to change it. It's just like really psychotic at this point to not give the users what they want. Like a chronological timeline is too much to ask for. It's sick. And just TikTok is just really funny, and it's interesting because I was one of those people who thought, oh my gosh, this is such a cringy ass app, only cringy people go on it. And there definitely is cringy content on there. But even that, I've grown to love the cringy content. Sometimes you just need some cringy content in your life, you know what I mean? Some wholesome cringy content. But there's so many funny videos on there. And there's also serious conscious videos on there as well, if you're on that vibe. You know, I go there for fun though. There is a lot of serious topics going on in this world, yes, but like I'm mentally drained. I need some fun in my life. This looks like it's all blended in. This looks good. It's a very light coverage. And this like exactly matches my skin. Let me just blend it into neck. You gotta get the neck, girls. Gotta get the neck. Finally, my neck is the same skin color as my face. I went through a phase when it wasn't. But you gotta get to scrubbing. Sometimes it is hyperpigmentation, and the amount of scrubbing you do is not gonna help you, unfortunately. But sometimes it might just be some dead skin on there. So get to scrubbing, girls. And if you're not scrubbing, that's probably why your neck stinks, if we're being honest. Always got to get the edges, because the edges are the ones that be giving your foundation away. I mean, everyone can tell you're wearing foundation, but obviously you don't want that really bad line, that really bad like edge. So you got to make sure that's blended in, honey. So the next thing we're going to go in is another classic drugstore brand, LA Girl. I get it imported. Get these off eBay. I've been using these since I was a teenager. This is my go-to. LA Girl has really been providing for the brown skin. Yes, they've always been there. It's not the best concealer, absolutely not, but it's definitely the best, cheapest that you can get. I probably should try out some other drugstore brands, but this is just my go-to. It's my exact shade. So LA Girl is my girl. Because before that, it was like the one shade, the one caramel shade. I know you brown girls know about the caramel shade, so LA Girl really came through with the colours. I was toffee for a minute because I was doing the brighter under eyes things, but I just kind of felt like I was looking a bit too bright under the eyes. Like when I look back at my old videos when I was doing toffee under the eyes, I was looking a bit of a mess. I don't mind a little bright under eye when I'm going full glam, but I think I prefer the natural look now. Like it could be because I can't do glam properly, but right now we're going with the natural. So the technique that I've been put onto a new technique. I'm sure many of you've seen it, where it's not the triangle. I was definitely a triangle merchant. I don't think it's a bad way, to be honest. Like when I forget, I still use it and my makeup looks fine in my opinion. But I do think this way is better, but obviously I just put a little bit extra if I need to on the side if I have, because I have a bit of hyperpigmentation going on in the corner. It used to be perfect, but now it's getting a little bit dark in the corners. I'm trying some aloe vera gel now, seeing where that will get me. But I just kind of feel like when I come into my money or come into someone else's money, I'll pay for a dermatologist and get the laser treatment or whatever. You know what I mean? It's not too bad. I mean, I could go out without makeup and not feel self-conscious about it, but I do put concealer over it, obviously, when I'm doing my makeup. So yeah, this is the new method. Yeah. I found that it does look better, in my opinion, than the triangle. And I'm just going to leave that to dry. And then we're going to go on to my eyeshadow. I'm not sure if that's going to be controversial or not. My method of doing my makeup. We're going with the Venus Extra Small Solid Gold palette from Lime Crime. This is what it looks like. And I'm going to be going with a basic two-tone eyeshadow. I told you guys this is going to be a basic makeup look, so don't come for me. I warned you. And I'm going to be using this color, which is called Trinket, and on the inner corner, and Treasure on the outside. I feel like this is a decent base palette. I'm really not a fan of the gold sparkles though. I feel like sometimes they look like you got crust on your face. But yeah, this is what I'm going to use when I do my dance. So yeah, if any of you guys have any rooftop or outdoor store recommendations, I would appreciate. And you know, I would appreciate, especially like places that have really nice aesthetics. But I have been out, like when I'm doing like my shop and stuff, I've been out on the high street, and like people have just been like placing, I guess they're just all like bought like tables and put them outside their restaurants, and it looks really weird, to be honest. Like it's just like, okay, you just plop these random chairs outside, and it's just like, you know, the high street is just not the vibe for eating outside. There's just so many people on the road, the pollution coming from the cars. I wouldn't want to enjoy my food that way, personally. Ow, I broke myself in the eye. Ow. Oh. Now the powder's gone on my eye. Damn. Okay. Right. I'll survive. Yeah, it just doesn't seem like the vibe for me. I know I should prime my eyeshadow, but yeah, I don't have eyeshadow primer either. And also I'm lazy. But I do think I should definitely invest in one. I do think it will upgrade my look, because admittedly my eyeshadow do be looking dry. It do be looking dry. But it looks acceptable from far, and that's all that matters to me. I also really want to start walking as well. I was meant to go walking this week with my mum, but I've been too busy. But yeah, I do want to get back into being fit again. Getting up with my fitness. Because I do have a catfish body. Because I eat trash. I do walk places, but I do eat trash. And I just have a really good metabolism, so that's why I stay skinned here. But yeah, I definitely do need to do more exercising, I think, just for my own well-being. But I have been cutting back from my bad eating habits. Like, sugar used to be the bane of my life. Sugar used to be a big one. Like, I kid you not. Sweets were just my diet. It was like, because when I'd crave something sweet, I'd then crave something salty, and then when I'd eat something salty, I'd crave something sweet. So like my diet used to be, I kid you not, sweets, Pringles, strawberry Ribena. This is when we didn't even have the sugar tax either. Repeat. That was my diet. I might have a meal in between, like a actual cooked meal in between. But Pringles and sweets were my diet. Always constipated, as you could imagine. But, you know, now I have much more fiber in my diet now. And I don't have as much fizzy drinks as I used to. Like, now I could even have, like, fizzy drinks, you know, a few times a month now. Like, water is definitely, like, my go-to now. I really appreciate water now. I'm definitely drinking way more water than I ever in my life. And I'm getting into baking, which is still a lot of sugar, but it's definitely better than the sugary sweets in my opinion. So I feel like the banana in the banana bread that I bake cancels out the sugar in my opinion. And then I also had to have like treatment on my tooth that was so expensive. It was just like, okay girl, I need to get serious. I need to get serious because the treatment that I had was not covered by the NHS, and I literally had to pay like $1.5 grand to sort out the problem with this one tooth, and it was actually really sad. My parents helped me out with half the money, but it was still really sad that I still even had to pay that half. And it was like near the front as well, so I couldn't just ignore it, and I couldn't just get the cheapest thing possible because it's a front tooth. But even still, like, you know, the free options that they're giving you, when they're giving you like the payment plans, they're saying, okay, this is the one that we can do for free. I couldn't get the root canal for free, but I needed a crown after the root canal. That's the treatment that I had. The crown was, they offered a free crown, but that's like the metal crown. So the metal tooth, I was like, oh hell no, not me. But when they were saying the options, they were like, obviously this will cover the thing, but it's the worst option, like for your tooth. And then obviously the most expensive one is the best option for your tooth in terms of tooth health. I'm thinking, why is this even a thing? Surely we should be getting the best option, period. Like, why is it now I have to pay all this money to get the best option for my tooth? It just seems a bit fucked up in my opinion. And I've been seeing that a lot with, like, obviously even with, you know, other NHS care, obviously like physical, like your body stuff. So many things that were available in NHS are not available anymore. And yeah, I just feel like it's really cheeky. It's very fishy out here on the streets. Getting a bit conspiracy now. We've got to spice it up a little bit. But yeah, I think some of the prices that they're fobbing off us with, it's a little bit mean in my opinion. Mascara on. Don't worry, I'm gonna blend this. I'm not that lazy. But I like to put my mascara on before I blend it. So, as you can see, I have really tiny eyelashes. So I put mascara on, but the mascara probably isn't gonna do that much, to be honest, because this mascara is pretty cheap. So if I keep building it up, it's gonna go. it's gonna look nasty. So we're just gonna do it lightly. But you know, every little helps. I definitely should invest in some eyelashes, but I don't know, I just feel like I'll just do a really shoddy job. But I feel like I should really learn how to put on strips. I'm sure it isn't that hard. I'm sure I'm just overthinking. But right now we're just going to go over our little mascara. Just to make a little difference to my little eyelashes. Yeah, I think this is pretty... I mean, it is pretty pathetic, but it's a little difference. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not a serious candidate, guys. I can never get it like super clean either. I always get like mascara flecks everywhere. But that's okay, because I don't care. And then just do the bottom lash. I don't really put much effort into the bottom lash. There's not really any point of me even just doing it, but we're going to do it to make it feel like I've done something. Oh, that was a close one. You know when sometimes like you jutter and then suddenly you just got mascara all over your face? In other news, I am getting into The Sims now. I've even made myself a Sims TikTok. I've just kind of been playing with the ready-made families right now. But I'm definitely gearing up to like make my own family, and I really want to get to like 10 generations this time. The most I've ever done is 5th generations, but I want to get it to 6 now. And my go-to game is The Sim 2. I've tried the other Sims and they're just not for me. They're not for me. I prefer Sims 2. But yeah, I can get away with this, I think. Normalized knowing that you can't do things. I should say my brushes. So the one that I'm using to blend in my eyeshadow is a Real Techniques brush. I got this in a set, and it's the lip smudge, I think. It's the lip smudge. You're supposed to use it for your lips, but I use it for my eyeshadow. It does the job in my opinion, so. But yeah, I really do want to start like proper sim gaming, but I'm scared I'll get addicted, because you can really be on that shit for like 8 hours and it will feel like 10 minutes. But I feel like I have more self-control now. I'm getting more disciplined, especially with like my scheduling and stuff. Like these past few weeks, my scheduling has been so bad. Like I've been telling myself I'm going to wake up at 8 a.m. and do everything, and everything's going to be done by 4 p.m. and then I'll get up at 3 p.m. But it's getting better. Yesterday I woke up at 10 a.m. Today I woke up at 9:30. So progress, guys. Progress. You love to see it. So yeah, that's why all of my edits have been late. Like I even know this one was meant to be up yesterday. Not even yesterday, Sunday. Sunday, but you know, life gets in the way. But you know what? I always do upload it. I do upload it. So, and just know when I say tomorrow, it means 2 days away. But that's what I love about you guys. You guys are so accepting of my flaws. But this has blended out really nicely, in my opinion. Wow. Basic, but possible. Yes, so we love to see it. A bit high with the brow. Sometimes I feel like blending is just never ending. I just feel like giving up and dealing with the consequences. Okay, I feel like I can get away with this. Yeah, I can get away with this. Yeah, I think I can. Moving on! My Technique brow gel. I've used the pencil method. I've used the eyeshadow method, but I feel like this is my fave method. For me, obviously it helps if you already have your eyebrow shaped. This is my natural eyebrow shaped. Yes, it is true. I was born like this. I was born like this. I definitely could still clean them up a little bit. I mean, I could definitely pluck some, but I can get away with it. So I'm going to continue to do that. So yeah, it's really clean, simple. Some people like to do eyeshadow. Do you do your eyeshadow before your foundation or after? I just prefer to do it after. And I'm not used to wearing foundation anyway, so I usually don't have to worry about it. But I think for me the most annoying part is the arch with the brow gel, because sometimes it'll be too thick and sometimes it'll be too thin. You never really know. And then sometimes you don't want to do like too much gel. You know what I mean? I want to keep it natural as possible. That song is also stuck in my head. Sisters, not twins. As you can see, it's getting to like sunset now. Ooh, aesthetic. I'm going to do line my lips with my eyeshadow. I've been really getting into using eyeshadow as lip liner lately. I'm not sure I'm ever going to buy lipstick again. I feel like I'm just going to use eyeshadow and then just buy a gloss, because I prefer the glossy look anyway. So yeah, that's definitely a tip. If you don't want to buy all of these lip glosses or all of these lipsticks, just use eyeshadow, put a gloss on top. Sometimes you don't even need a gloss. And for me, most of the time it stays put, to be honest. Oh yes, Love Island is officially coming back. For those of you wondering what I'm doing, I'm gonna attempt one of those like just like lip liner looks, where it's just like lip liner and then just gloss. That kind of blends into the lip colour. That's the look I'm going for. But yeah, Love Island is officially coming back this year, and it's been like a whole year without it, and I've been missing it. I need some drama in my life. You know, I'm going to be covering it on my channel. I usually do podcasts, and like literally last year I was going to I'm going to do reactions, and then literally I was just like, you know what, CBA podcast. But I really do want to try doing both this year. I think that will really test my work ethic. But yeah, they're saying for like, again, oh, it's going to be diverse, but they said it's going to be the most diverse Love Island ever. And obviously with all these social movements going on around the world, really they need to be bringing what they're saying, because imagine if it's just the same old bullshit, that would be embarrassing. But they're definitely putting emphasis on diversity this year. So that's going to be interesting to see. I really want to see more Asian people this year. Usually when they say diversity, it seems like black people seem to be the default. So, and don't get me wrong, I love to see my people on TV. But I do think when it's just black people being brought in, it's a bit of a cop-out to call it diversity. So yeah, and all sorts of Asians as well, like South Asian, East Asian, Central, some Middle Eastern. And yeah, and more than one of each would be ideal. They also said they're going to be inclusive of LGBTQ applicants this year, which will be interesting. And in the statement they said that even though it's going to be logistically difficult, and I'm just like, I'm not sure. I'm all for inclusion, but I just kind of feel like it'll be a situation where it's just like one gay person and then they're alone. It would work if the person was like bi or pan. That could work. But if it's just like, you know, a gay person or a lesbian, they'll probably struggle on the show. So it's like, why have them on the show just to have them struggle? I would like to see a separate LGBTQ Love Island, and also like to see over 40s Love Island as well. I feel like, imagine two aunties arguing over one uncle. I want to see that. So yeah, I'm waiting for a spin-off, to be honest. I'm surprised they haven't had a spin-off. And an international one as well. That would be awesome. I'd be interested to hear about you guys. What do you guys think? Do you think they're really going to be inclusive this time? And do you think it would be a good thing to be inclusive of LGBTQ, or do you feel like they're just going to screw that person over? Unless they're like bi or pan. I'd be interested to hear from you guys. Apparently Love Island USA, I watched that one as well, is coming back at like the same time, and I'm just like, why? Can you just be on separate times? Like, it's actually really rude to have two Love Islands on at the same time. Productions, like, please just change around your schedule just because I, the individual, wants you to. But even so, I just feel like, yeah, it's just a bit of overload, to be honest. Even as like just as a person watching perspective, I prefer them to be on at separate times. But yeah, as I'm filming this, tomorrow The Circle is on, which I'm quite interested, which I'm going to be tuning into. Probably going to make like at least one video on. But they're running with a weekly format this year, which is quite interesting. So 2 episodes are coming out tomorrow, and then it's going to be like weekly episodes. So that's interesting. Very interesting. And you know what? I'm not even mad at that, because I do, you know, sometimes a binge is nice, but sometimes I do like waiting a little week, you know, building up the anticipation. And I would prefer it really that way. It would make my life way easier as a film critic. I'm gonna do my under eyes with Treasure, the brush that I was using for my eyeshadow. It's also Real Techniques smudge liner, and the sponge that I use is also from Real Techniques. What I'm using for my kind of blush slash bronzer is also the Treasure eyeshadow. Like, eyeshadow is just my go-to for everything now. Yeah, I feel like it is pretty warm, so I feel like I can get away with it, so that's what I've been doing. Diamond Milk Fenty on the lips. This is my makeup done. It's basic, but it's cute. I can get away with it, and that's all that matters. Just gonna put some castor oil in my hair. Yeah, put it round in circles. We love to see it. As we are supposed to be in Vogue, I'm going to put one of my, I feel like, Vogue-ish dress. I'm going to put this on. This is my final look, my final dress. It's giving you Oscars, it's giving you award season. Yeah. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed my get ready with me. Who knows, this could be the start of my makeup art. Subscribe if you haven't, and if you have, don't forget to put my notification bell on so you know when the next video is dropping. Till next time guys, bye!